All right, what do you want to watch? Easy A?
I already saw it.
Spotlight.
I already watched that too.
Powder.
I already saw that.
You've watched everything.
Nobody watches everything.
Like, I'm not like, when we agreed to do this movie, I was like, okay, here we go. And then it came out. And then I started reading the reviews, Clayton, before I saw this movie. And every single one of them, either professional reviews or my friends on Facebook, were just talking about how this might be the worst movie of all time. Like, the people wanted their money back from Peacock app for the free. Like, people watched this shit for free with their brother's password, and they were like, I want my money back. So I was going into this movie, I was like, here we fucking go again, with another fucking 2 hours of my life thrown in the goddamn toilet for some fucking goddamn piece of shit garbage movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I walked into this movie expecting to hate it, wanting to hate it. Like, I was like, I already hated this movie. I was prejudiced against this movie. I know what it means now.
You never met this movie,
prejudiced.
and you're just like...
I crossed the street when I saw this movie coming to me, and I locked my car doors when I saw this movie coming. That's how prejudiced I was with this movie. I already put up a flag at my house saying that other Halloween movies matter.
You reconsidered Rob Zombie.
I said, don't tread on my Rob Zombie movies. I said, I was prejudiced as hell about this movie. But then, much like Sammy Davis Jr. in fucking All in the Family, this movie snuck in and taught me that I was wrong.
What an amazing intro. Yes. Oh,
That's
my
it.
God.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Nobody Watches Everything. I'm Clayton. This is Rick.
Hi, I'm Rick. Rick Matthews from back in the day.
And we're talking about the most recent Halloween film. It just came out, Halloween Ends. And if you couldn't tell by Rick's views on it, I think we're both in the minority for the first time. We don't normally both be in the minority.
No. This time I'm gonna dip my toes in it. It's not as bad as you say. Everyone always complains. This feels okay.
It's all right being in the minority sometimes.
Not too shabby.
I think you liked it
too, huh?
I liked it too. I did. It's a weird one. But fuck, let's let Michael do the intro so he can get right to it, because I'm super excited to talk about this.
I'm in. I'm ready.
All right, so Michael, hit it.
4 years after her last encounter with masked killer Michael Myers, Laurie Strode is living with her granddaughter and trying to finish her memoir. Myers hasn't been seen since, and Laurie finally decides to liberate herself from rage and fear and embrace life. However, when a young man stands accused of murdering a boy he was babysitting, it ignites a cascade of violence and terror that forces Laurie to confront the evil she can't control once and for all. Halloween Ends. Fear moves through all of us, and we decide when to surrender.
All right.
I'm drinking booze with a crazy straw tonight. That's how fun. That's how much fun I'm planning on having.
It's gonna help. I hated Halloween Kills.
Hated it. I'm with you on that one so deep. And I love Halloween movies. Michael Myers is my favorite. Like, he's my favorite of the slashers. Michael Myers is my guy.
Yeah, I especially really liked the 2018 Halloween. And so going into Halloween Kills, I was like, I had that on my mind. I'm like, oh, I really enjoyed that movie. Then this one, and then Halloween Kills happened, and I was like, fuck? What the fuck is that? Like, this was stupid. This made no goddamn sense.
Goddamn sense. I rooted for Michael Myers in that movie because
Right.
I hated everybody. I was like, yeah, get those firemen. You get them.
Everyone in the town is insane. And
I mean, if you ever met a volunteer fireman, you know that's fucking, they all had it coming.
oh, for sure.
Yeah, we get it. Take the stupid fucking t-shirt off, asshole. Like,
I don't know why you have a Punisher logo on your fire truck, but if you're
yeah, what is happening? What are you doing?
But then this one, so I was already like you said, you were like ready to hate it. I was ready to hate it because I was like, if it's any, and like I heard people say they didn't like it as well. And in my mind, I'm like, all right, it's going to be another Halloween Kills. And then the movie started already weird. Like,
Yeah.
it starts
Again, no,
weird.
hold on. Before we do anything, you guys, this is a brand new movie. I feel like we need to say this up front. Like, by the way, I'm Rick Matthews. That's Clayton Williams. I don't know if we got into that part or did
Yeah,
we?
we said it, but it's
Okay,
like,
I don't remember. Like I
always
said,
the
crazy
same.
straw alcohol. I'm right at the spot, and I just
Yeah.
started. So here we go.
Yeah.
But listen, you guys, this is a new movie. Spoilers will start now.
Yeah, we're
Like
spoiling
you
the
guys,
whole thing.
like you need to know. We're talking about this movie with you guys as if we're expecting you to have seen this movie first. We hope that you're smart enough to watch a movie before we talk about it.
Yeah, if
So
you all of a
that-
sudden
like, yeah,
leave a
this is your
comment
spot.
saying
Hit
you
pause.
spoiled it,
Hit
fuck
pause and come
yourself.
back. Hit pause.
Yeah.
Even if you're going to watch the movie this weekend, fucking just hit pause. Fucking listen back up on Tuesday. We're not going to know you left.
Yeah,
Just hit
exactly.
pause, sneak out, and come back in.
Yeah, just
It's
go.
fine. Just
It's
don't do it. Or
fine.
if you watch it in a year, come on back.
Yeah.
We'll be right here waiting for you.
Exactly.
We'll be right here waiting for you.
It's always going to be here for you.
But this is a spoiler-filled movie.
Yes.
Okay. And go.
So yeah,
So-
it starts off crazy because it's like
Like showing the town of just people so jumpy they end up fucking like there's just a lot of accidental deaths and
people are
actual
killing
deaths.
themselves and murdering people, and they're all freaked out because it starts off a year.
That scene was
after-
fucking crazy, by the way.
Which one?
That opening scene with the babysitter.
Oh yeah, it's nuts. Like the whole
Kids die right away. Like
a child
kids.
dies in the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, Corey,
Like-
this kid Corey, the main character, you find him. He's just like a nerdy kid who's babysitting for the night.
Yeah, and the kid's a little asshole, and
Asshole.
and he like locks him in a closet, and Corey's trying to get out, and then the kid's standing in front of the door, and Corey kicks the door open trying to get out. The door hits this kid in the face, and then you just see him fall all the way from this giant ass. This house.
This house didn't
too
fit into
big.
that neighborhood. It was
No.
like a mansion in the suburbs. Like it was like 4 stories, maybe.
It was like the house from Jumanji. Like it was like,
Yeah.
like it's so wild. Like I was like, is this a fucking hotel? Like who has 4 rows of stairs going? Like you're
Yeah, spiral stairs and shit. Like I don't know what the fuck was going
and
on. It was a
shitty
nice.
Haddonfield. If I do have to say one thing, and I think this is like kind of crazy, those parents were so acting like they weren't the richest people in town.
Not
Like,
only that, here's the thing. It's fucking. Was it Halloween? It was Halloween night.
Yeah.
Michael Myers. It's been 2 years since he last committed murders in the town.
Not even 2 years.
He's
It's
still on the
literally
loose.
next
Is
year.
it the next year?
It's the next year.
Okay, it's the next year. He hasn't been caught since Halloween Halloween Kills. He hasn't been caught yet. It's a year later, the same year later that's Halloween in this fucking town. And they're going to a party and leaving your son home by himself with some new babysitter?
Yeah.
You deserve whatever happens, parents. And the
Yeah.
dad was like a white trash dad. And like, I don't know, it was weird how they were the richest family in town.
It was so weird. And I'm like, that's one of the things that I will say I found confusing. But I'll get to it in a theory I have is nice.
I just remembered we're recording videos still. As they just come by with this fucking. If you're by yourself drinking a fucking from a handle in your basement, like thank God I'm doing a podcast right now. I hope it's like a beautiful mind type thing happening right now, where I'm just like I'm watching ebony porn, pretending it's my friend Clayton in a podcast. Like,
Yeah.
some girl's getting blacked, and I'm just
blacked raw.
oh fuck. I mean, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But the way they handled it, everyone in that town is like the biggest asshole for no reason.
Assholes.
And one thing that makes me think about it, because so I have this theory that after seeing this movie, that this whole trilogy was like a joke.
Because it was a comedy?
I think it was.
I mean, Daniel McBride was the co-writer.
Like both of them do comedy. Like they're known for comedy, like movies, like directing, and like so. The first movie, it feels like, all right, the studio wants us to make this Halloween, and we're like, okay, we can show them that we can make this Halloween, and you're like, yeah, that's how that movie you wanted to see.
Yeah.
Then the second movie, after watching this and seeing how weird it is, but how intentionally weird this one is, it made me think about the Halloween Kills in a way of like, okay, now we're going to make a movie where we show you why this is stupid. Why it doesn't make any sense that anyone would give a fuck about this killer that literally everyone should have forgotten about, because it wasn't like anything else. It was 40 years. And now, granted, I understand that people are still talking about Dahmer right now, and he has like the same, but he also had a wilder situation. He was like a way crazier killer. He has all this other shit going on. There was like all this stuff going on with Dahmer and other serial killers. You're like, yeah, there are people be talking about it, but I don't think everyone would be still terrified when they know the dude's in jail. Because that's the thing.
Yeah. Michael Myers, like, he was a little kid that killed his mother, his sister, and his stepfather, whatever. Mm-hmm. That happens enough where it wouldn't be like that big of a deal, and I don't even think the town would know about it 40 years later, like this movie implies.
Yeah, because it's like he did that, and then
he came back, and then he killed a few people.
Yeah, he killed
like a bunch.
Well, I think he killed when the original movie happened, he killed, I think, maybe 6 people.
Yeah, because Halloween Kills, that takes place the same night as the first one, right?
Yeah.
That's the same night?
Yeah, so they don't even know about any of the kills that happened in 2018's Halloween. So it's like, okay, so you don't know anything about any of this stuff. So you're all just like freaking out about Michael Myers because you literally have like fucking dudes drunk at a bar talking about. I'm like, are you really stopping karaoke to talk about back in my day?
Hello, everyone. I want to take this moment to talk about
40 years ago when I was 8, that Michael Myers guy came and everyone would be like, oh, and everyone's talking about it. And also, I'm sorry, why were you hanging out with the nurse that you would have never met from the first, just because she was in the fucking original movie? Like, it was so dumb and weird.
Well, he was Tommy, right?
Yeah, he's playing Tommy, but it's like he would have never met that old nurse because that nurse didn't live in Haddonfield. She was the nurse from the insane asylum that Michael Myers stole her car. It's like, I understand that actress is still alive, but it's like she's not important enough for you to make her best friends with these 2 kids. Like she's like 30 years older than these kids, and now they're all best friends at this bar because it's like
the only one that doesn't make sense is that he would be friends with Jamie Lee Curtis's friend.
Yeah.
Or no,
exactly.
That was his little friend.
Yeah, he would be friends with Lonnie, and he would be friends with the girl. And it's like, okay, that makes sense because they were friends already, and they went through it, and it's the same thing, and you live in the same town because you're in the same age group. So watching Ends, this movie already, like, the credits are Halloween 3 credits. Like, and one of the things is like everyone shits on Halloween 3 because it was the different Halloween movie.
And Halloween 3 is not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie because they gave it a Halloween title.
Because everyone was not expecting that. And so it's clear that they did that thing where it was like, okay, we're making Halloween 3. Now we're using the same font as Halloween 3. Now we're going to have another Halloween where, guess what? Michael Myers isn't the main character in this movie like you wanted. Now we're going to make a weird...
Yeah.
Now we're going to make a weird...
right move.
It was the right move because it's like, okay, now we're making this weird romance, like true romance type of like natural born killers story. Like that's completely different than, and it's shot differently, and it has all this like synth pop, and it's real, but it's fucking crazy. And like I called what was going to happen real quick because that Corey kid is too fucking big to be a nerd. Like
he's got a big frame on him.
Yeah, and you look at him and I was like, that dude's like kind of swole. Like he's just like standing like real hulking in his posture. And I was like,
yeah,
I don't know why these band geeks are acting like this to him. But
no, those band geeks were the worst fucking bullies I've ever fucking seen in my life.
That was pure madness. I cannot believe
college brochure collection of fucking people. I know I'm new to this minority thing, but like the androgynous dude with the mullet, and like the mean black girl, and then like the fat girl who's with them, who's kind of being a buzzkill to the whole group. She's like the good one, but she's also like she's the only one that's cast like a typical fucking chubby chick, just trying to ruin her friend's fun by being a downer.
And then everyone has the craziest Chicago accents out of nowhere. Yeah. Like, hey, I understand that.
Get in the fucking car. Let's fucking go. You fucking nerd. You killed a kid, huh?
You can't buy. Hey, buddy, you can't buy you some beers. Like, they're all like the Joker, like Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah, it was really fucking weird. And like, I'm like, these are the kind of bullies that need to get fucking beat up.
And it's like, someone could go, oh, this is because Michael Myers poisoned, like it's the curse of Michael Myers on the town. But I'm like, it's wild that they're band geeks. Like that's a writing choice. They could have easily just been cool kids in high school, but they're band geeks who are like a roving gang of band kids. Like,
yeah, it doesn't make any. They're like, one kid's got drumsticks in his hand the whole fucking time. Who, by the way, this actor just goes by a first name, so already I'm kind of like, fuck him.
Oh, of course. It's the mullet kid, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Martine. He just goes by Martine.
Yeah, of course. His eyebrows were not the same color. Like I like right off the bat, I was like, this guy. I don't like him. I don't like him.
I don't like you.
And everyone in the like one of the funniest scenes is like Lori, who is like trying to be a normal person. She bought a house and she's living with her granddaughter, and they're just living their life. And they're happy. It's been 4 years since all that bullshit happened. And this one black lady just starts like, what you smiling about?
Ooh, yeah.
What you laughing about, bitch?
Ooh, I wouldn't do that.
And it was like, it was so weird. And she's like, you made this happen. I'm like, no, she didn't.
She didn't, though. She didn't make it happen.
Matter of fact, it was like he broke out of jail. Like he literally broke out of jail because of that fucking doctor. And it's like, and she was
more the reporter. Remember in Halloween, in that like in the first 2018 Halloween, the reporter like kind of like taunted him a little bit.
Reporter taunted him, but it was the doctor because the doctor let him free. That's how he got out. Because and then he stabbed like that the Hawkins cop or whatever, because he was like trying to get him to come back to life as Michael Myers because he'd been quiet all those years. And like, I'm like, yo, how are you attacking this woman? Also, she's in the right. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean she caused this? Like, how did you forget that he went on a murder spree and she was like, yo, we need to kill this dude because he will come back and he's going to kill more people. And everyone's like, shut the fuck up, old bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
what do you know?
What do you know? And then your sister gets stabbed in the throat. And I'm like, yeah, that would happen on account of this crazy fucking guy she's been telling you about. He came back.
That's like getting mad And like the mom, I don't know. It just doesn't make any. There's no logic behind her getting mad at Lori. Like there's none.
It's like, because that's the thing. It's like, and this is gonna sound like it's gonna be rough sounding, but it's also like true, because it would be like you attacking someone who was also in a spree shooting. Like they were they got shot, and they were like, they told the police, please take out this guy. And then when he came back and started shooting other people, and now you're like, why did this bitch make this guy come back? I'm like, no, she also was a victim of all this.
Like on multiple occasions was a victim of this guy.
So it's like she had a burner, like her kids are like, her family is fucked up. She's fucked up. Everybody's fucked up from this. And yet everyone's like mad at her, like she did it. Like she didn't do it. Like, you stupid ass town. You all deserve to die. So of course
everyone in the town is mean, and they're all mean to this kid that accidentally killed the kid. I kind of get that one. You know what I mean? Because who knows what happened.
The mother, and it's funny because like the dad, he's like, I know you didn't do it on purpose. It was like an accident and stuff. And the mother just is like, no, fuck him. He killed my kid on purpose. And it's like, no, like, but I understand.
I get the mom being like, you ruined my life.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it's like he definitely
ruined their lives.
Yeah.
Like he didn't do it on purpose, but their lives were ruined because
they had to
leave
their mansion, and it's like, and
I don't know why.
I mean, they didn't want to clean up the blood.
Yeah, it's true. The blood was still there.
Yeah, they didn't clean up at all. They were like, no.
Like they moved out that night. They're like, well, fuck it, grab your shit. And he's like, oh, but we just got back from the party. She's like, pack your shit.
Like, that's how rich they are. They were just like, well, I guess we don't live in this mansion anymore.
Yeah, like you don't even stop for a second to think about closing costs.
Yeah. Just like when you said, it's just an abandoned mansion now.
Yeah. That's it. I don't like it. It's like when you accidentally shit your pants, but and then throw them away. No, you put them in the wash.
Yeah, clean these fucking things.
You throw out good pants. Or even bad pants.
You know how much houses cost? Like, like you have a mansion in Illinois, that's got to be a couple mil. Like, right there. Like, clearly you're close enough to Chicago where it affects the way your kids talk. And
yeah, they're close enough to get the accent from it, but they're not close enough to, like, there's only that one black family in town, and one of them got stabbed in the neck.
Yeah.
It's a big enough town to have its own, like, indie neon radio station where the other black guy works.
It is so insane how crazy this town is, where it's like, it's such a small town that it knows everyone. Like everyone knows each other, but it's also one of the biggest towns in the world. Like it's got
its own radio station that's essentially the same radio station from the Warriors.
Yeah,
because it's just one black person softly talking into a microphone with jive.
And he's playing everything like it, and it's his radio station. It's very clearly he's like his independent radio station that he owns.
And he's just like, welcome back. This is Slick Michael or Big Tommy. It
was Willie the Kid.
Willie the Kid, that's it.
And it's so funny because they have a giant Willie the Kid billboard at one point. I was like, that dude's gonna get killed in this. I know it.
He has to, yeah. And then as soon as he was a dick, I was like, oh, you're gonna die.
This movie is so fucking insane because like we're not even past the first 10 minutes really. Like it's like the first 15 minutes of this movie is just like, all right, you're hanging out with this Corey kid, and all of a sudden he gets mad because these kids are harassing him, and he breaks a bottle of chocolate milk and cuts his hand. So Lori, who steps up for him, and she takes him to the hospital, and then her granddaughter immediately falls in love with this kid.
Hard. She was like, I want to suck your dick. Yeah. Basically is the first thing she said to him.
It's so quick, and like she's getting him cleaned up, and the doctor's like, how'd you do this, kid? And blah, blah. And then I couldn't tell if he bumped into the tray or she bumped into the tray because it was shot so weird that the tray
launched everywhere. And that doctor got so mad about it.
He flips out. He's just like, the fuck? Like, God damn it.
Was your mom, when you were growing up, was your mom like into like a soap opera? Was there like a soap opera she was into where like you knew the characters because she watched that soap opera?
My mom wasn't, but my aunt was.
Okay.
So
because my mom was into Guiding Light big time. Like,
okay.
Guiding Light was like her show. Every day of my life was spent at least sitting idly by waiting for her to catch up with her story.
Mm-hmm.
Like she taped it every day when she would work and she would come home and watch it. So at least an hour I'd have to like deal with her watching this fucking show.
Right.
So I would watch it and get into the storylines. But that doctor was on that show. So I couldn't get past that. Yeah, sorry. I almost forgot where I was going with that one. Like, I almost slipped into like a shit shoot fucking, yeah. Like, I almost like went into a fucking complete diatribe. But he was on that and he played a doctor on that. So it was really like, I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is too many worlds crossing over. Like,
and I imagine that was on purpose because like there's a lot of like weird, clearly meta things that they're doing. Like I just saw this today, and it was a post where the scene where the mom is yelling at Corey at the bar where like that lady who was like the little girl from the first movie, the original movie. She's a person on like the Real Housewives of blah 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 whatever. Okay. And you know that meme of the woman yelling at the cat thing or whatever? Like you ever see that meme? They recreate that meme in the movie with her because she's in that picture. Like
that's the woman from that picture?
Yeah. So like the chick from the original Halloween and Halloween Kills, who's being the bar, who owns the bar.
Halloween Ends or Halloween Kills?
In both, like Halloween Ends and Halloween Kills, she owns the bar. So she's Tommy Doyle's friend. She was actually in Real Housewives, and so she's in that meme picture, and then they recreate that shot. Now. And it's crazy, and it's like you did that on purpose. Like you're doing these weird ass things on purpose.
Oh, that's crazy! I'm looking at the picture right now. Right? That's fucking nuts. That is fucking nuts. Good for them.
It's like so silly, and that's what makes this movie fucking interesting because it's like a good portion of the movie, like Michael Myers isn't even around. Like he's not even like they do weird shit with Michael Myers in this movie, you guys. Michael Myers is Pennywise for a little while, but then he's also Rocky and Creed. Yes. I love it because it is so funny. Like so. This is how they get to Michael because this is just so they do shoot it exactly like it too. Like when they're walking, and all of a sudden I was just like this. Yeah, we all float down here, like just basically. And so the fucking gang of band geeks throw fucking Corey off a bridge.
Just throws him off a bridge. This 17-year-old kid with murder on the mind and Chicago on the tongue.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking, like, he's just mean to this kid, and then he just throws him off a bridge.
And everyone's like, yeah. And they're like,
except for the fat girl.
Yeah. She's like, what did we do?
She's being the buzzkill. She's like, we should go home early. Like, she's the girl where, like, you're talking to the girl at the bar or wherever, and then her friend is like, we should go home. We came as a group. We leave as a group. That's how we're doing it. Like, she's that girl.
And he's like, he fell. Everybody agrees he fell, right? And they're like, yeah, he fell. And I'm like,
she's like, okay. She's like, I'm a vegan, but I only eat French fries.
Yeah.
That's the girl that she is.
I love it because it's so true. It's so weird. And she's
got that face.
Yeah, like it's just she's over it. Like I'm like, don't tell me that.
It's like you're never gonna get anywhere with those looks and that personality. Like you gotta fix one of the two, lady. You gotta fix one of the two. You can't get by with both. No one likes a mean fat girl.
So in their minds, they killed this Corey kid, and they're just like, "All right, band practice tomorrow."
I'm like that.
And so Corey wakes up after just being unconscious, like out in the fields, and he walks into this.
No, it's like an underpass that has a homeless camp.
Yeah, and he walks into a sewer, and they shot like the way they shoot this sewer scene. It's literally like Ninja Turtles. Like I was expecting Master Splinter to come out and be like, "What do you know about making a funny?" And just like that, like I. Like I'm just like, all right,
making it funny, you son of a bitch.
Like, and all of a sudden, like Michael Myers grabs him through a hole, and then either this kid's life flashes before his own eyes, or Michael Myers sees into his soul. I can't tell.
I'm not frozen. I'm just born for a lifetime.
It's got to be more Tito's than seltzer.
Anyways, since I don't know when this turned into the Judge Rick corner of the fucking podcast, let's move on, Clayton.
No judgment here. Our last shit shoot, I was gone.
You were gone. You were fucking gone. That is a fact, and it read well in the podcast.
It was very clear.
There's no hiding that thing.
It was hilarious. I'm like, Jesus Christ, guy.
No, I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, booze and other stuff. It's fun.
Yeah, but so he climbs in this tunnel.
And like Michael Myers legit sees into his soul, or something. And
he knows that he's another one. He sees the evil.
He's like, I found a protege. And then, like, there's almost like they almost legit have like a montage of like training killer montage.
I fucking wish there was. Like, that would have been so cool.
Like, because like you see,
he's like running, and Michael Myers is on a bike in a pink jumpsuit behind him, like Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
You see,
but he's only walking.
You see Corey trying on jumpsuits, and Michael's like, no, and then
I'll try on montage.
And then he just says like, yeah.
That's so good.
It's so funny. And it's like, because it feels like that. Like, Jim pointed this out to me while we were watching it, and I didn't notice it at first. Like, when Corey gets up from falling off that bridge, he does the Michael sit-up.
He does the sit-up. Yeah. I caught that. I was like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah, I'm like,
I like that. That was the Michael sit-up. The Undertaker copped that shit, but it was the Michael Myers. And
I'm like, oh, you're okay. And then when he's dealing with Michael, because Michael clearly has no strength, and
it's like they're acknowledging the fact that Michael Myers is like 75 years old. Like they're fucking, for once, they're just like acknowledging. They're acknowledging it. Fucking. So yeah, the pores are heavy. Like they're acknowledging all the good stuff. Like, but. But like they acknowledge that fucking Michael Myers is old now. Like he's older. He's like fucking 20 years older than fucking Jamie Lee Curtis. Like he was like not 20, but maybe like
he's like
10,
maybe like he's like, I think Michael Myers would be maybe 5 or 6 years older than her, because he would be in his 20s and she was still in high school.
Oh, was he only in his 20s when she was in high school? Okay.
Yeah, because he's only been So you have this old man, which, by the way, AARP needs to use this as like fucking brochures and advertisements. Like, look what you can do in your old age.
Michael Myers sitting in a side-by-side tub with this kid outdoors.
He's just...
It's not over till you say it's over.
It's over. I just love that they're like... Because there's this, like... Their first kill... Well, besides... Like, he kills, like, a homeless person.
He kills a homeless person who, like, just is crazy. And he's like, I'm Michael Myers. Wow. Like... So he just stabs him with, like, a pocket knife.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, no, what'd I do? But then... there was this guy, like this deputy or whatever, who's been hitting on Lori's granddaughter, and I don't.
Which is crazy. It's close enough to have a Chicago accent, but it's far enough away to have redneck cops in a diner.
Yeah,
like I don't understand the fucking like they gotta fit. Where the fuck is this town?
It bothers because that guy, he's so putting on thick, and I'm like, did I forget this was a character in Halloween Kills? Because there's like,
I don't think he was
because there's like this whole backstory apparently where either he's just been trying to fuck or they dated once, and I don't know.
He's so much older than her.
He's so much older. He's like crazy. He's like, she was in high school when the first movie came out. So it's like she's only 4 years removed from high school, and this old fucking dude is just like, "Hey, Laura, like, oh you don't call me,
Laura,
you don't talk to me, you don't see my name," and him like. He's just clearly on a date with this dude who everyone calls a killer. And you're just gonna be like,
and no one notices him at first, but then they pay more attention. They're like, "Oh shit!"
Like, oh, I forgot you're humongous. Like, also, this would made me think that this kid Corey was slowly being possessed by Michael. Is that his voice would change? Like first he had that normal like geeky like oh come on and then once he would just turn a switch and all of a sudden he would have a deep Chicago accent. He's like, you know what this town needs? They need to get out of my fucking way, and I'm gonna burn everything down, you bitch. Like I was like, what is
this stupid bitch?
Yeah, like you think you're gonna take your granddaughter from me, bitch? Like it's like he's just kind of like when Chucky gets angry.
Yeah.
Like I was like, where does this crazy accent come from? And then every once in a while he'd be like, I really like being around you. Oh, this has just been a real fun time. And he's like, shut up. I'm gonna fight you. And I was like, all right, he's gotta be possessed.
He found his nuts, like
But
it takes Michael Myers to help him find his nuts.
But that fucking deputy is their first kill, and it is like a father-son fishing trip. It's so fucking funny of him. Like they beat him up, and then like the kid holds up so Michael can get his like bearings back, and he's like, "I haven't done this in 4 years. I don't know if I can still do it. I don't." Like this is hilarious. Like this father-son shit is like Myers and Sons killing business.
Oh
like
brum, brum, brum. Because they're at a junkyard for a part of the movie.
I literally posted a picture.
Oh, you did. That was you that posted that. Yes, you magnificent bastard. You did post that. I didn't know what you meant. I didn't know what you meant when you posted that because I just saw you post that, but I hadn't seen the movie yet.
Right. Oh, that's why I didn't want to, because I was going to do an edit of it and have both their faces on them.
Oh, that's so fucking funny, dude.
But I was like, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, so I'm just like, if you know, you know. Like you're like this.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that meant, but now that you're saying that is fucking brilliant.
And it's like, okay, so this is the new Michael Myers. This is the new shape. This kid's gonna be the new shape.
And eventually he'll stop talking. That's what I thought. Sorry, it sounds like my voice is covered in egg when I'm drinking too much. No, like, I thought he was going to get more and more like withdrawn, and then he was going to stop talking, but they let him keep like his personality, which I thought was like a crazy version of his personality.
Yeah, because he's in love with Laurie's daughter or granddaughter, Allison. And
join the club, motherfucker, because
he killed his other guy, another competition. Like, it's crazy because they're like, every time they show them, they're like riding on his motorcycle, and it's like one of those coming of age movies, like where she's just holding his face and like they're kissing each other's fingers and looking. It's just like, we should just move.
Yeah, which is always gross.
Yeah, just
don't
like
kiss somebody's fucking fingers. Get it together.
Yeah, it's dirty, and it's like they're like, we're gonna move out of this town, which is hilarious. That he's like, I want to be the new Michael Myers, but I also need to move out of this town so I can be with my girlfriend. And
it's like, just fucking move. Just Shut the fuck up and move.
Yeah. And there is this real weird subplot where his mom wants to fuck him. Like,
She definitely wanted to fuck him a little bit, which makes like that's just another thing that makes him like a serial killer.
yeah, like she kisses him at one point.
Hard. Like she's like leaving. She's like, oh, and she goes in for like a kiss.
Yeah, and it's like, whoa, what the fuck? What the fuck? Stop it.
Like it looks like one of those weird TikToks where you're supposed to like kiss your best friend by surprise.
Yeah.
Like I expected that like electric love. I expected that song to come on while she leaned in for that kiss because he was not ready for it and she was.
But,
sorry, I'm an idiot. That was stupid.
No, it's not stupid.
Just cut me out of the whole podcast.
No. I
just added me out. It seems like a conversation. Just you talking to yourself.
I'll just cut other like episodes in.
Well, like when Tony Soprano's mom died and they like cut her into like the last episode. He's just like
that crazy head moving.
Yeah. She kept doing that the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, bad.
That's just like we're making another Edith Bunker joke. Like we're really killing it on All in the Family right now.
I love it. This movie is a classic. This is a classic, and it feels like it. But the thing that I think is so
now it sounds like we're shitting on it. By the way, you guys, we like this movie. Like it sounds like we're shitting on it. We're just talking about the stuff that happens. But all the stuff we're like bitching about per se, it's what made me like the movie because it's not your typical fucking Michael Myers Halloween movie. Like when Laurie Strode looks out the window and sees him standing by the tree line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of Michael Myers, like that was a fucking cool shot because that was like a fucking shot for shot remake of fucking that scene.
And she can sense both of them. Like she knows when they're
smells it on them.
She knows when they're in the neighborhood. That's like the best because she's looking in areas that we're not seeing, and it's like
she's the other side of his coin. I think is what they're going for the whole time. Like
right.
he's a psycho for evil, and she's a psycho for fucking good. You know what I mean? But they're like she's like a crazy person for good.
Yeah, and I really do, like there are some great like so one of the there's a scene where they do a real father and son kill is at that doctor's house.
Yeah.
And you have the doctor's girlfriend who's walking around.
By the way, this is a fucking Halloween movie. Like, but that's the hot young nurse with the old shitty doctor. There's no reason why her boob couldn't have popped out one time during that movie. This is one of my complaints about the movie. I wrote it down. This is still a Halloween movie. This is fucking... But it is the third one, and they didn't show any titties in Halloween 3, I don't think. But
they did.
They did. Oh, no, they did. They did.
Yeah, the robot chick.
Yeah.
Spoilers for that movie.
Oh, yeah. I fucking forgot one of the people's a robot. I need to rewatch that movie.
It's fun. It's a fun one.
But what the fuck? Like, I know it sounds stupid. I'm complaining about this. But I'm not complaining because I needed to see a boob. I see boobs on the internet all the time. I didn't need to see a boob.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's a Halloween movie. Like when I saw that happen, I'm like, okay, here it comes.
Yeah, this is the moment.
Like, here's the shitty doctor and the shitty nurse who obviously got the promotion because she's sucking his dick and he's fucking, and
he's a bad piece of shit. Yeah.
He hates when things get dropped.
Yeah.
Like real bad. But it's like, come on.
But that's one of the better scenes in the movie because she's like walking, looking for him, and the way it's shot, it looks like someone's stalking in the background. Like, like you have that vision of someone where you're thinking they're walking.
Yeah.
But it turns out it's him. It's still like Corey, but he's killing the doctor. But you're like, if you're paying attention to that background, you can see all that motion happening before the lights come on. And I was like, that's so fucking cool because you're like, all you're seeing is like body movements and you're like, what the fuck is happening in the background? And then you see him, he's just like stabbing him with a fucking corkscrew, and he's wearing this mask that he wore at the party.
Yeah, that scarecrow or whatever.
And it was like, Yeah, I know you made the mask look just like his kid's mask in the original Halloween movie because it was like Michael was wearing a clown mask and you made this scarecrow look like that clown mask. And they kept lingering on it when he was at the bar when they first showed it. I was like, yeah, I know he's going to be the killer. I get it. I got
enough.
Like I know, like you don't have this brolic ass dude just not gonna be the killer.
Listen, the way I felt about Slutty Nurse, I'm starting to feel like you feel about this fucking dude because you can't stop talking about his
All I'm saying is
Listen,
that
all
he
I'm
had
saying,
a big old jaw. It's like, and like you said, it's a Halloween movie.
He had pectorals.
Let me see a titty. Like if it's that Corey kid's titty, I'm fine.
Someone, you need to see a nip before the fucking screen rolls. That's all.
I need to see a ginger nip, whether it be Corey's or the nurse's.
Someone's titties
he
popping
clearly had a
out.
red beard. But that scene, then Michael is like got his strength back. He's like feeling it. He's had his Activia. He's like, you know what? Daddy's back. I can pick up people with one hand again and stab them. And I was like, look at that. Look how cute you are, you two. You're just like, he's like, did I do good? Like, just like, he's like, yeah. Like, if they went that insane, that would be one of my favorite movies.
That would have been crazy. That would have been fun, though.
Because it's so silly that it's like, you could have gone sillier and it would have just made it better. But
should have gone sillier.
It should have gone sillier. Because like then the rest of the movie starts to get into like, it gets real silly, but it's more like,
oh, it gets silly.
And when they start doing the kill, like more kills, like when they really start getting into it, I was like, Jesus Christ, some of this is fucking.
They went into it.
Because like, so the kids try to kill those fucking band geeks, try to kill him at his like
place of work. He like lures them into it.
Yeah, it's his dad's job, like his dad's company, and he lures them in. No, it's his dad. Like, but
his dad?
Yeah.
Weird. His dad's like a Puerto Rican fat guy.
You look like the security guard.
He's just fat enough where he turns Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? Or you can turn Eskimo if a girl, like you know how girls get fat enough to look Eskimo. Like if guys get fat enough, I think they look Puerto Rican. Like,
if you have a tan, you become Samoan.
No, until I did my fucking ancestry, I thought there was a fucking good chance I was Samoan before I was like, oh, I'm on one with the Slender from fucking Necessary Roughness. That's what I was striving for.
Just old Cuban Rick over here.
It turns out it was Cuban, and I'm not. So I'm like, oh, I'm not that fat then. I'm Latin American. I'm like, perfect.
Just like I didn't like you just see fat. He's like, I didn't know you're Latino.
Oh fuck me.
Oh Lord. Oh, but yeah, they have this whole scene where like he's like taking them and
so the deaths are fucking great, by the way.
The kills
the kills are fucking outstanding. They're very Halloween-esque. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like stapling, nailing people to walls and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's got that fucking vibe.
But when they get into the real brutal shit, like that whole scene, like because first he hits the fat chick with the car, and she's saved by the fence.
Saved and stuck under the fence at the same time. So
she's stuck under a fence in a car and has to watch.
She would have came through that thing like Play-Doh after a little while. You should have just left the car on there.
And she has to like watch as he just starts mauling all of her friends, and
fucking them up big time.
And he blowtorches the fucking one kid. I was like,
bully, like,
holy shit,
fucking cool as shit. That was so fucking cool. And then his dad was nice to him.
Yeah,
so I'm glad that he didn't have him kill his dad. The kid shot him by accident because I think he was going to kill his dad. but he didn't have to. So he didn't like.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, oh, I don't know if he. But then again, he killed his sister and he didn't hate his sister. You know what I mean? So who knows?
No, he killed his mom.
I mean like Michael Myers wise. So yeah, along that line. But you feel like, I don't know. I felt like he wouldn't kill people that didn't deserve it for some reason. I thought he was going to be like an anti-hero, but then he kills the receptionist at the radio station and shit like that. I'm like, then in my head, I had to clear my head and be like, no, it's still fucking. He's still just killing relentlessly.
Yeah, but that blowtorch.
Like a shark.
Yeah, exactly. Like that blowtorch shot, though. It's like because it's awesome. It's so quick. But it's like, oh my god! I can't
light in his mouth, like the way, like you know, when you put a flashlight in your mouth in the dark, you know what I mean? When you're like a little kid at a sleepover, it was like that, but with a fucking blowtorch, and it just sets his face on fire. Like,
and you're like, I can't believe that happened. And then there's a gnarlier death after, where, like at the radio station, and he's like, "Fuck this Willie dude," and we both jumped and like. If you saw it, we were both like, ah!
With the tongue?
Yes, because first you see his face and his jaw is like all the way over here, and you're like, oh my god! And then he's not done, and he's not done, and he just cuts off the dude's tongue, and I was like, what the fuck?
And puts it on the turntable, and it's like jumping. And then when it goes to like her in her car, it goes to his girlfriend in her car. Fucking listening to that radio station.
Yep.
And you can hear the skipping of the tongue on the fucking thing. It's fucking awesome.
It's great.
That was a well done fucking, like, I know we're probably going to get hate on this because people were hating this fucking movie, but they fucking went into it all wrong, I think. Like,
you know what? And I think about this, it's a weird thing. Like, I've been having this conversation with some people. I was like talking to Chris, like former guest on the show, and like a couple other friends, and one of my buddies, he liked Halloween Kills, and the big thing he was into about Halloween Kills is that it was all about like spectacle kills. Like I was joking with him. I was like, I don't like the movie because it's like the story's really bad but it's like I get it in the sense that it's almost like a Jackie Chan slasher movie where like like he's always like he was taking on like 8 people at a time, cutting everybody. Like every scene he had to kill, he was like, I gotta fight 8 dudes and I gotta cut them up and fix. Yeah, and it's like, okay, this is like action. This is like an action movie, action packed.
It was like
slasher.
The Raid. It was like Michael Myers' The Raid.
Yeah, it's a kill, and it was like, okay, you're really into the kills. You're really into Michael as like the thing, and a lot of people are super just about Michael to the point where they're like, because we saw this, like Chris sent me this ranking of all the movies, and this was in the lower tier, and I was like, how is Halloween Resurrection a better movie than this? Like, I'm sorry, the movie where Buster Rhymes did karate to Michael Myers, like, you really want to say that movie doesn't even have good kills, like, and you want to act like
wasn't Josh Hartnett also in that one, or was that a different?
No, he was in H2O. Yeah,
never mind. They all fucking like, I enjoyed them a lot, but
H2O is not bad. I
just like Josh Hartnett. I don't know.
I mean, Josh Hartnett is a polarizing figure. Like he's. Strong feelings about Josh Hartnett.
But, I mean, Pearl Harbor was one of the best movies ever made, so.
How dare you? How dare you say something that crazy? I know we're both in the minority, but you can't be that deep in the minority.
Listen. I didn't hate Pearl Harbor as much as a lot of people did. I thought it was terrible. You know what I mean? Like, I thought Pearl Harbor was terrible, but I didn't hate it that bad.
All right. I mean, okay.
Listen, wow. I just broke the podcast with a revelation that I enjoyed this movie. No. So anyways, so it comes down to, of course, like, he goes to the house to kill Jamie Lee Curtis, and she fucks him up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then he stabs himself in the throat.
Yeah, because he wants to ruin her life. Yeah.
Because he wants to ruin everything. He wants to ruin it for the girlfriend, wants to ruin it for Jamie Lee Curtis, wants to just ruin shit.
Mm-hmm.
Which, of course, Michael shows up.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I love how they set it up because, like
I
Jamie
thought
Lee
she was
Curtis,
killing herself for real for a second.
I was like, I know she's like, she might, but then I was like, she did all this weird stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, she's not doing, like, she knows he's coming, and she's setting him up. Because I was like, all right, because she's doing too much now, and I was like, all right, she set him up, and then you see the big explosion in the head, and she's like, you really think I'm going to kill myself? And it's like,
and then all of a sudden turn into the Goonies.
Yeah.
You schmuck! Did you really think I'd be stupid enough to kill myself?
And I love that. Like, I love that Corey isn't as strong as Michael, because like he gets shot and he's just like and like he falls, and I'm like, Michael was taking so many beats. Like, as an octogenarian, Michael was still like, I mean, I can take some shots. I'm not I'm just all adrenaline, but. Yeah, one of the things that I thought was crazy, like when he stabs himself to fucking like frame Lori, I thought, I'm like, you are wearing the jumpsuit. You are
she's gonna be able to get out of that pretty fucking easily, especially because the fucking the chief of police wants to fuck her.
Yeah. Also, not only that, she has that,
and he gets it.
Also, why are you in my house? That's a big thing. Yeah. It's like you wouldn't be in my house if you, especially with the daughter the granddaughter having like a deal where they were supposed to leave with each other. It's like, you're sneaking out. Why the fuck would he be in the house? Of course he did something weird. That's why she would stab him.
So she fucking, then Michael shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And then she fucking they're kind of having a decent fight. Yep. Crazy that she would hold up for that long, but he was fucking. And she ends up winning the fight. She gets him she fucking sticks him to the fucking counter, stabs him through the hand, stabs him through the arm.
Because she also did cut off another one of his fingers. Because I do love that. One is that he lost some fingers in Halloween 2018 because he got him shot off. Then his hand lost more fingers in a garbage disposal. Then she was just cut, stabbed all his hands.
And then she knocks a TV on his legs, and he's just sitting there. Yeah. And then she slices his fucking throat, which is fucking brutal and awesome.
And then he still, he rips his hand
through the knife, which is a baller move, and starts choking her.
And he's choking her, and is
And I thought that's how it was going to end. Here, I'm like, oh, fuck. He's going to choke her. He's going to bleed to death. They're both going to die together. Mm-hmm. She got him, he got her. They're fucking holy matrimony. There it is. You know what I mean? Done. But then the granddaughter comes in, fucking breaks her off. He fucking dies.
Yeah, and they slit his wrist, and you're just watching him bleed out, and I'm like, God damn,
they're killing him. I'm like, end of the movie now, conclusion. But right here, if the movie would have ended right here, I would have really no shit to talk about this movie. If it ended right here.
I have to disagree because it was well, you explain what happens.
So here's what happens. So the fucking cops show up. They see Michael Myers dead. They're like, is he dead? She's like, he's dead. In this version of it, Michael Myers is just human. He's just evil. So he's fucking killable. She finally kills him. His mask is off. You can see his face. He's just an old man. There was nothing crazy about it. It's just an old man.
Yeah, with a whole bunch of scars. Yeah.
So then they're like, we're doing this a different way.
Yeah.
And then the cop shows up from Halloween fucking Kills. Mm-hmm. The fucking rando black sheriff who's like, what's going on? He's
he was in the first one. He was in Halloween. Yeah. He was in Halloween 2018 too. So yeah.
Yeah. So he shows up at the end and they're like, we're doing it this way this time. And he's like, you're damn right. Or whatever. He said, I'm a minority now, so I can quote him. So they strap him to the top of the car. Yes. All right. And they drive him through the town. This part was all right to get to let the town know that the evil is gone. Mm-hmm. And now it's this big procession, in the movie Hot One, where they're they're all marching behind the truck, behind the dead Michael Myers.
And he's just tied to the roof of a car.
Go back to the same fucking junkyard.
Yep.
Now, up till there, I'm like, okay, maybe. But at this point, they should discover about 5 new bodies.
Right.
At which point, they at this point, any of the cops there should have been like, whoa. We have a whole new crime scene, you guys. Like, we have to stop this shit right now. We fucked up. We took it too far. Turn them around, take them back through town. I know everybody walked this way. Let's give them some vouchers for fucking Chick-fil-A and we'll be fine. Like,
just, God damn it.
There's a whole new bodies there. The owner of the junkyard, for one, they don't even ask his permission to use his metal fucking
he's dead.
Trash compactor.
He's literally
they're just
dead.
like, they're not like, let's investigate this. Or like, oh shit, ain't that fucking the kid killer's dad? Or what happened to the band team? There goes fucking, no, we can't do Drumline 3.
Christ.
Like,
yeah. Look at that dude's like burnt head. Oh my God, that girl's crushed under the cheek.
Is that that guy with one name? Like,
No.
that fat
I
Deb.
forgot.
Like, her name is Margot, by the way. In the Chicago suburbs, she might be the daughter of fucking Margot from Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
I don't know, Margot. That's also a Chicago suburb, so who knows? Like,
but yeah, so they bring him to the fucking junkyard, and I love this. And Chris said this when we were talking about it. He was like, it's the ending. It's like that scene in Spider-Man 2 where everyone is just passing Spider-Man, but they're passing
like through the subway.
Yeah, my passing. And I was like, wow, he's just an old man, no older than my grandpa. Like that kind of.
I got an uncle his age.
Yeah.
And then they just throw his ass in the fucking metal chipper.
And I have to say, it was so extra and so insane.
It was too extra for me. That's the only part. The part I had the problem with for the ending, it was right up until they went to an active crime scene that they didn't know about. They didn't know any of this shit happened at the fucking junkyard. So when they got there, they were surprised by 5 bodies. The owner and all 4 kids. Mm-hmm. The dad of the kid who's, I don't know if they played him off as a victim at the other one. Like, there's so much paperwork to do. These cops, I would have quit my fucking job. I would have been like, no.
And someone's got to find out what's going on with Willie, because they're like, yo, what's with that?
Yo, he's been playing some skipping ass shit. Like, I know, I've been trying to listen to Willie all night. I know. Like, this whole thing, because he's like the only radio station in town. Like, because he was mean as fuck to fucking Lori's granddaughter, and she was still listening to his station.
Yeah, I know. And then she's like, I hate that guy. And I'm like,
yo, if some DJ tells me to go fuck myself, like I don't even know what he DJs anymore. I used to know like every one of them, but now I don't listen to radio anymore. If Slick Tom from 97 Rock told me to go fuck myself, I'm not gonna listen to fucking his station. Like, I'm done. We're done, dude. If Shreddin' Reagan called me a big pussy and told me to go eat a dick and go pound fucking sand, I'm not just going to listen to Shreddin' Reagan in the morning anymore. Like,
but it's very clear there's only one radio station in the smallest town in the world.
Shit, I called everybody a fucking dickhead.
Yeah. What they going to do? Not listen to radio?
Yo, call it 10. Call in right now. I'll call you a dickhead and give you free concert tickets. Go.
But I just, it's like, it's the final thing, and I was almost expecting him to grab her, and then she fell into the grinder, and I would be like, that would be the best if that was like they both die. They both die, because it's like, how do you not kill this guy? But it was just like, that's the craziest way to end this. And then
like they were making sure that they couldn't make another one.
Yeah, like it's like, he doesn't exist. He has
would have been fucking really cool.
Ooh.
If they went back to Lori's house and the fucking kid was gone.
That would be interesting. But they were even like,
they stabbed his ass in they're like,
and then they had Michael break his neck and his bone was like
that's right. He was still alive and Michael came in and fucking I forgot about that part. That's why they didn't do that. And they made damn sure.
Yeah, and that's what I feel about this, where it was like it's like Dana McBride and David Gordon Green, like they're such big fans of Halloween. They were like, stop making them. Like, and so they were like, we're going to make Halloween Kills. This is going to suck. And you're going to be like, we're already stuck with us doing 3. So when we do the third one, I'm telling you right now, we're killing this thing.
Dude, if they put out another one, I would fucking watch it though, because honestly, guy, like Michael Myers has always been my favorite. Like he's like Freddy was cool for like the first movie only, and then he became a fucking catchphrase guy, and that was fucking lame. Like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, they're not just about Leatherface. They tried to make it that way, but it's like a whole, it's like a family
it's about
thing.
the Sawyers and everything. Yeah,
like every other like slasher movie, like every Scream movie. The Scream movies are fucking cool, but it's a different killer every time, and that's what makes that its own cool thing. You know what I mean?
Right,
but like Michael Myers is the fuck, like Jason Voorhees, he's supernatural. Jason Voorhees is cool enough, you know what I mean? But those movies became just about the slaughter, no backstory, just slaughter.
Yeah.
But Michael Myers is just, even in the shitty movies, Michael Myers has always been fucking a cool character because he's not supernatural per se. You know,
Until
like
he was.
they tried to throw dumb mythology in it. Yeah, like it got deep.
Yeah.
But it was still cool enough. Like the Revenge was cool. Like the cult. What was the cult one?
Cult of Thorn. It was 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they never got too deep into it, where you still didn't know why.
Like that movie is The Curse of Michael Myers. It's a weird one.
Yeah. But all in all, like Michael Myers is still the fucking king. This movie made sure of it to me. Like, I know people are going to talk shit because I saw how much people were talking shit online about this movie. I can't wait to put this out. You guys, this is the one to fucking share. Like, fucking share it, tag it, fucking Halloween Ends. Like, fucking put this episode out for us. Share it. Let's fucking talk about it. Because, like, people are hating on this movie and they're looking at it wrong. They're not wrong because you're not wrong for hating a movie.
You're having your opinion, but it's like you are looking at this because one of the things that when I notice, and I've noticed this a lot about, like, especially when people review stuff now, is that they don't have any consideration for themes or like taking into like where, like, I'll see every like review I've seen, none of them talked about the fact that it was using the Halloween 3 font or talked about these little things and this kind of like weird like joke or this kind of like they're all so surface level on how they review stuff. And it's like, well, Michael was like, as soon as you say Michael wasn't even in the movie, most of them, I'm like, I'm turning you off because you're not even like,
it's not the point.
You're not paying attention.
What do you want? Another movie where Michael Myers kills a bunch of people and then he doesn't kill Laurie and then you think he's dead and then he's gone and then the credits roll? Like, do we need 17 of those Michael Myers movies? No, this was a different fucking, this movie made me like Season of the Witch more, to be honest with you. Like this movie, like, I get what they were going for. At least I think I do. That we might, you know what I mean? Like, I think I get what they were going for.
Something. They were going for something different.
So they redid Halloween 3, but not making the mistake of not making it about Michael Myers. You know what I mean? Which, like, if some weird thing would have, if they played the Silver Shamrock song, that might have been cool at some point.
Because they already used the Silver Shamrock mask in the other movies, like those kids that he killed it. And also, I want it to be known, they did make a movie where it was all Michael Myers, and you didn't like it, and that's like the point. Yeah,
Halloween Kills. They might have made this movie as a result of the criticism from Halloween fucking Kills.
And part of it feels like that, or part of it is like that was their intention. Like, I'm like, you guys keep saying you want something. We'll give, like, you can't do anything after this. Like, that's the crazy part about it. It's like there isn't a lot you can do about it. And it's like they gave you that weird movie that you wanted, and you were like, that movie sucked. And I'm like, but it has all Michael Myers doing the craziest kills. He's like roided up.
Yeah, if you didn't like Halloween Kills, then like why would you want the same movie for Halloween Ends?
Right.
Like, you're mad that they had to do with another kid. Well, like, it fucking made sense.
It's an elderly man. He's
old like, as fuck, man.
Because then it goes like, okay, if he's not supernatural, this is stupid. Like, he's like, they're doing something crazy, and it's like everything that they show you is like insane. And it's true. It would be insane that it's like if you really had like a 70, like, and I know that the stunt performer is also in his
He was
60s.
65 years old.
Right.
I just looked it up right now. Michael Myers was 65 years old during the events of Halloween Ends. Dude, 65 is pretty fucking, like, for mass murdering.
Yeah,
and he hasn't had a great diet. You got to figure he was institutionalized he was institutionalized for 56 of those fucking, like, he was in an institution for 56 of those 65 years.
Yeah, because it's like he got out, he escaped when he was in his 20s because he went in as a child.
Yeah. He was a kid from 0 to 9.
Yeah.
Then he murdered.
Then he went to an institution, got out when he was like 23. He was living on dogs because he was eating dogs in abandoned
but only
houses.
for a couple days. He was only out for 2 days.
Exactly. Then he went to jail again, and he was in an insane asylum for 40 years.
40 years.
And then he's been living in a sewer.
He's been eating rats and fucking that homeless guy's dick, probably. Like, I don't know. I feel like homeless guys suck each other's dicks a lot, so that's probably what he was doing.
He still has the mask on.
Yeah. I'm gonna pretend you're a lady today. That's what the other guy was doing. You want to eat some beans out of my can? I mean my butt. Michael, I got you. You crazy. Michael, you crazy. Anyway, let's go. I'm gonna play my harmonica now.
Just Michael eating the dirtiest ass under a bridge.
He's eating beans out of an ass.
And he's just got the mask over his head.
Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner.
I don't ever want to be. Just I'm crying. What's wrong, Maggie?
You the real one, Mikey. You the real one.
I thought you liked beans.
Don't you like them beans?
That's good.
That's it. That's where we end.
All right. So yeah,
guys,
please.
Fuck yeah. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween. Share this. You listen to this. It's a week before Halloween. Play this in the background of your Halloween party. It's gonna be a doozy.
They're gonna be like, damn, I don't want your beans anymore.
Where can they find us on the interwebs, Rick?
I don't know anymore. You can find us on Pornhub. Just search BBW Beans.
Oh Lord!
You can find Nobody Watches Everything on Instagram. You can find me _. No, that's on Twitter. _ Rick Matthews on Twitter. No, but Rick Matthews Comedy. Rick Matthews Comic on Instagram. Email us.
Playfighter88 at Instagram as well. Yeah, email us. Nobody Watches Everything at Gmail.
You can find me on AIM at LlamaBoy182.
Facebook. We're you know where we are.
MySpace. I'm Rick Daddy O.
Oh God, I can't. I need to get when we post this on Instagram. BBW Beans has to be one of the hashtags.
BBW Beans, you guys.
That sounds like an old turn of the century, like factory owner.
I'm looking it up right now. Founded
by
everybody.
BBW Beans.
Oh my god, this is gonna be horrible. I'm looking it up on Pornhub right now.
Oh Lord, no!
Oh, I'm so scared right now. Fuck it, you guys are finding this live with me, loyal listeners. BBW Beans. Oh fuck, man, I'm scared. Yeah. It exists.
Oh Lord.
This one's called BBW rubbing food all over her big belly.
Oh,
and dead food is beans.
Oh Lord. Oh. Well, if that hashtag has to exist somehow, it's going to bring a whole bunch of people to the platform.
We're about to get a whole different set of fans. A lot of guys that work the overnight shift in a warehouse are about to be well aware of our podcast.
Like, I came for the beans, but I stayed for the comedy.
You guys, I clicked on it. It's not what you think, but it's not bad.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thanks, you guys. We'll catch you soon around the other side.
All right. Happy Halloween.
Bye.
Goodbye.